and I've been listening, attending these presentations and listening to many of the eminent speakers talking about women empowerment, which is not my area, but I think my story connects with whatever we are presenting today because I work in an industry which is like heavy in women, and there's a lot of women participation. So I think it's a great way for me to share my story. And I would like to thank the organizers, Dr. Suman Singh, Dr. Mogra, for inviting me for this presentation. It's an honor. And I'm happy to share my thoughts about the business of fashion because that's my area. And I'm here to talk about some of the leading entrepreneurs who are transforming the fashion industry. I am situated in US, so I can present a different perspective of women and how we are treated in US. I feel like there's a difference between how women are treated in India or any of the developing countries versus US, but overall, I still see there is an inequality, and there are very typical stereotypes that you as a woman or we as a woman has to break that. So I'm going to share some of those, some of the pioneering leaders of the fashion industry and their sharing and their stories, and I'm going to present about one of my personal experience. And I would like to introduce an entrepreneur that I collaborate very closely with her, and I have seen her dynamic work. So I hope from this presentation you get inspired and get some ideas about what you can do or how you can do as a woman and succeed in your lives.
Geetika ma'am,
Can you all?
sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
Geetika ma'am. We would like to see your
sure.
presentation, and but we just have a time limit of 5 minutes. So,
Okay.
okay.
Can you see my presentation? Because I'm
Yes, we can.
already
Yes, we can.
okay. It's actually very weird on my side. I can't move my presentation, like can't change my slides. Okay, probably. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out. It's kind of. Mm, it doesn't let me change my slides when I'm like on my screen. I don't know.
Ma'am, can we share your slides with the audience later on, and you can discuss the topic with us?
Right, sure. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, like I said, I'm really here to talk about my personal experience of how I'm collaborating. So, I'm situated in a fashion merchandising program, and my expertise is more teaching about sustainability issues in the fashion supply chain. I focus on understanding the working conditions of apparel factories, and I have worked on understanding the code of conduct policies, implementation, and how women's and their lives are impacted. During my tenure in US, I'm working with this person, and you can see the picture of this lady who I work with. Her name is Kenya Miles, and she is a small business entrepreneur. She is situated in like a middle of the city, like a metropolitan city, where she's a textile artist, and she has a small studio where she does natural dyeing. So I think that's something I want to introduce because I know that India is so culturally rich, and you have so many skills, which I think in the developed countries we're trying to go back to that, like adopting going from synthetic dyes to using natural dyes. And this is what this person does with me. So what we do is we have a small studio where we does a couple of things in those studios. So she is actually a textile artist and a farmer, and there is a community garden which is like really in the heart of the city, which is surrounded by big buildings, and there's barely any space. So this is a call. This we call it as a community garden because this garden is where we invite all the community people to come and share their skills and talents. And at the same time, we train and educate people within the community. So I think I see her as a big example, being a leading women entrepreneur, and she's doing really well in terms of she has that studio where she invites these textile artists from different countries like India, Japan, Korea, China, and they come and teach community members about using natural dyes, creating apparels as well as interior decoration pieces. At the same time, she collaborates with the elementary schools, like different schools, elementary, middle, high school, as well as higher education. And that's where we collaborate a lot, where we stick together to impart training to our students. At the same time, she has internship programs. So she recruits students from our program or different schools and educate them about using these natural dyes. She also works with government on their government funded projects, and those projects are basically to enhance the community. So I think what resonates to me with her story or with her experience is what some of the speakers have been talking about, like how women are naturally very compassionate. I think Dr. Chandel mentioned about it. They are naturally very creative, they are compassionate, they are competent. I feel like that compassion, that competency and creativity makes her to connect with the community members. So she has a nonprofit organization. She's making some money so she can run that studio. But at the same time, what she's doing is she's distributing that information, that knowledge to the people which are around us. So she's, and particularly working with minority people, those who are like Black, African American origin people, or who are underprivileged, and training them for free. She works with farmers closely on teaching them about indigo dyeing. So I feel like overall, this story inspires me a lot because I feel like the compassion, the emotion, the competencies that a woman has sets them different from a lot of women. And you need a lot of courage, a lot of bravery to break those stereotypes and pursue what you want to do. I think as a woman, what really sets us apart is definitely that compassion, which a lot of people do not have it. And in her story, I feel like it's her creativity, it's her vision to think different, to do something different. So I feel like it's not just a matter of um, doing well in your life. I think it's a matter of feeling what others are feeling and then communicating and helping others to uplift the society. So in that way, I feel like she's really doing well, and I feel like that's kind of stories that we want to see. So these kind of entrepreneur can go beyond and share and like encourage or motivate people to do well in their lives. So I think like that's all about the story. I wish I could have
Thank you,
shared
ma'am.
some pictures because she has there's a lot of like great things that she's doing, and I had those pictures here, and I'm just so sorry that I'm not able to share
Thank you,
that.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Geetika
much for
ma'am, for the
having me.
insight. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
Now we